Palantir's recent stock market offering, which has seen its share price increase by roughly 200% in the 2 months since its IPO, may have made you aware of the company. But it's on the design that few individuals are familiar with the deep mechanics of the business. The company's surveillance software business saw a surge to a valuation of nearly $50 billion thanks to customers including the CIA, BP, and Airbus. What's good, you guys? This is Market Thrive, and today we're going to be talking about the company Palantir and why is it a good investment in the long run. Before we start the video, I would just like you to do me a favor by just hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification down below to keep you updated on this channel. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Our data is now dispersed due to the fact that we leave a digital trail on every website we visit. We frequently believe that personal information is private and like to believe that no one ever sees it. However, one business has centered its operations around our data, following everyone and everything to thwart terrorist attacks, detect tax evasion, and do much more. Palantir is essentially a software development company that enables enterprises to merge data decisions and operations into one platform, enabling organizations to quickly use that data to respond to complicated problems. Probably most recognized for his work with PayPal and Facebook, Peter Thiel and his longtime buddy, Alex Karp. Previously, the two met at Stanford Law School. They both share a residence, go to the same classes, and in their own words, are perpetually at odds with one another, in part because of their divergent political ideologies. Karp and Thiel now hold about 20% of the company, making them billionaires. Why then Palantir? It's sort of a tribute to J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote the excellent Lord of the Rings. It is an unbreakable crystal ball that may be used to communicate and view events in the past or future. Its bearer can look over great distances to monitor allies or enemies. Due to the virtual wallet company losing about $10 million a month to credit card fraud, Thiel, the chairman, and Karp, the CEO, launched the business following 9/11 using fraud-detecting software that Thiel had developed for PayPal. Thiel replaces it with human analysts who could examine suspect data to stop terrorist attacks by identifying them through their banking transactions. In 2004, Thiel funded the business in collaboration with former PayPal engineers and Stanford alums Joe Lonsdale and Stephen Cohen. They first had a hard time attracting investors, which indicated that they could eventually require some gray hair to do so. You may learn everything you need to know about the company's apparent reluctance to serious investors from stories about Sequoia Capital chairman Michael Moritz scribbling and doodling during a funding discussion. In-Q-Tel can help with that. The CIA's venture capital arm, In-Q-Tel, gave Palantir a $2 million lifeline. But that wasn't its only function. This may surprise you as you have probably never heard of it. In order to achieve its vision of intelligence augmentation, where human analysts could study data from a variety of sources, they created programs around which Palantir could create its own intelligence technology software. After gaining the CIA's favor, Palantir attracted rivals from other covert organizations eager to adopt the strategy they employed to launch PayPal by paying users of the service. The issue with that is that they chose a different course because bribing government officials were prohibited. Army personnel in Iraq and Afghanistan received software training from Palantir, which not only taught them how to use it, but also sparked interest among other soldiers who wanted in on the action and made the technology necessary. But what software was these men being taught specifically? Because Palantir can turn mountains of data into understandable information, it may be able to identify hidden correlations in the data and unearth terrorist cells and predict future attacks. Additionally, as it develops adaptable solutions for its customers, it has programmers who will create a customized piece of software for your requirements. Additionally, it sends forward-deployed engineers to work with organizations themselves to transform messy information into a map for future success using a slick interface and human-driven, machine-assisted analysis. Currently, Palantir works for the government, helping with disaster relief, or more recently, for commercial clients who need to solve financial crimes or figure out what to do with all the customer data they have and how to preserve it. According to Bloomberg, the business is a crucial instrument used by the U.S. intelligence community in the fight against terrorism. In 2015, it was estimated to be worth $20 billion. Palantir, however, got their first corporate client in 2010, JP Morgan, after being advised by the NYPD to help with the bank's fraud issues. unwinding its distressed mortgage portfolios, and addressing cyber fraud. This helped the company save hundreds of millions of dollars. As you might anticipate, a business that collects data is by its very nature contentious and unethical. Also, not only keep an eye on the activities of innocent individuals throughout the world, but they frequently target illegal immigrants who are not in the country legally rather than concentrating on the fight against terrorism. Private consumers who object to the ambiguous terms of service and poor product delivery have been a problem for them. They've been observed conversing about contracts and their dollar values while seated in the same room as government representatives, which gives the company a significant edge during the bidding process. As a result of one of their former employees cooperating with WikiLeaks to release Private Bank of America documents, they have also become engaged in a WikiLeaks issue. But thanks to Palantir, everyone who uses the system leaves an unchangeable log and a traceable trail, making it impossible for anyone to be a system ghost. Just a few of the issues that have led many detractors to demand greater accountability from the company are listed above. Despite the controversy, the company went public in September 2020, which resulted in an almost 200% increase in share price in just 2 months, and the company is now valued at almost $40 billion. The reasoning behind this is that despite the company losing money every year due to rising expenses, they can't afford to lose Palantir as a client due to the complexity of the data integration with 3-letter government entities. Others believe that since the company will have to work with regulators, it might become more transparent as a result. However, some people believe that government data and information will never truly be open because of how sensitive they are. They have created technologies that can automatically identify items in movies and heat maps for the US troops on the ground with their Gotham and Foundry solutions. The Dalai Lama's computer was found to have spyware. The Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme was exposed, and they even assisted in the search for Osama bin Laden. However, Karp has stated that this is one of the stories we are not permitted to comment on. One is giving Palantir credit for work that they may or may not have completed. Although Palantir appears to be a groundbreaking piece of software, it still needs teams of humans to labor behind the scenes to clean and understand data. Palantir competes only by having a prettier interface than the competition. It begs the question of whether the company is a consulting firm or a software corporation. So is Palantir a good long-term investment? The answer, yes, it is. Palantir has made a name for itself in the software sector by securing some of the best deals with the elite companies in Silicon Valley, most recently with IBM and Amazon's AWS. Early in June of last year, Palantir also disclosed that it was extending its collaboration with Fujitsu, a Japanese company, through an $8 million one-year contract. In Japan, Fujitsu will be the Foundry platform module's first distributor. For certain significant government organizations, Palantir is regarded as one of the leading providers of data analytics in the sector. It has stayed devoted to the American government, which has aided it in securing numerous contracts. According to Palantir, U.S. government revenue increased by 90% in Q2 over the same period last year. In the upcoming years, experts predict that demand from government agencies will only grow, which is excellent news for Palantir. Through collaboration with the NHS, the IT company is already assisting the British government with the Brexit border. The American Department of Health and British National Health Service both hired Palantir during the pandemic to aid in regulating the flow of information about coronaviruses. Many have criticized Palantir for pursuing government contracts, but astute investors also understand that these clients provide the business with a reliable source of cash. So what do you think about this? If you like today's content, you'll sure love our previous video about Snowflake, where we talk about why you should buy their stocks. So looking for a good investment? Just click on the link in the description below. Feel free to jot down your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. And if you want to stay updated on our posts, hit that subscribe button as well. Once again, this is Market Thrive signing off.